Where's Lisa? Right here. Lisa. Yeah, right down here. Lisa. Showing up for these girls.
Stay with us.
Sharon, right down here, Cody. With that pretty smile, if you wouldn't mind, right down here.
One more time.
Let's go with the mouth straight on the other.
Right out here. Ashley, to your left. Lydia, look at smoking. And both of you right over here. Lydia, Jason. Right next to her, right over
Here, guys. Go, John. Go, John. Go, John. See right guys, right down here. Go. And ladies on your right.
Come on.
Why it's so important for girls across the U.S.?
Well, you know, it started with Janie's Got a Gun, and that was the working title. And then I thought, Janie's Got a Gun. Who's Janie? Why does she have a gun? And I went to a rehab, not for drug addiction, but for codependency. And I met 500 girls there. In fact, they gave me a tag that said, no female contact. But I talked with these women, and every one of them had these problems, and it was all the same. And they were either abused sexually or physically, and they were there for drugs. So it's a twofold thing. So I got back and I looked at a magazine, I just got thinking, but anyway, Janie's Got a Gun was about a girl that was molested young. And the best part of the video, and we're going to show it tonight, is where the mother looks down the hallway at the father walking in the bedroom of Janie. And that's when she's finally had enough, and she's just laying in a circle, drawing around her to keep a gun there, and the rest is history. But it was a long time ago. So I got new management, and they introduced me to these guys from Youth Villages, which was absolutely, you guys are what? What do you do? And what he did in the beginning, we don't have time for. But they adopted me. They loved the idea of Janie's house. And then we met a wonderful man named Ira Blumenthal that said, Janie's fun or Janie's got a gun? I said, Janie's fun's good. You got to take the gun out of it. But it was brilliant, and so it all started working like that. Well, we got the girls. All these girls are going to play the drums, and they're outstanding. They've got two African songs they played by themselves, and they're going to come up and join us with Walk This Way. And it was wonderful yesterday. And then we got an audience full of fabulous people that are willing to put this money in, and they're going to have the best night they ever had. It's going to be a lot of stuff that you ordinarily wouldn't hear here. I'm going to try and hold back because obviously it's for Janie's fun and it's that, but I'm still me, and I want to be me, and I want it to be open and honest, and I want everybody to feel good and want to come back next year so we can make more money.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there's no other voice like his, right? And most of the girls that suffer abuse and neglect, they lose theirs. And to have someone like him that has the platform that he has, that cares deeply about this issue, we were already doing great work, but now we're doing better work and we're doing more work. And that's having Stephen as a partner in this has been amazing.
Sure. Well, we have Janie's house, which is a beautiful facility, and Stephen helped open it about 5 or 6 weeks ago, and about 32 girls will live there a year, and help really some of the young girls that need to be removed from their families for the abuse and neglect. That's one program. Obviously, he helps support the drumming program. He helps support our trauma-informed program to help girls that have experienced a great deal of trauma. So he's helped in so many of our programs across the country, and we're excited about this relationship. And it's meant so much just to letting people know that there are so many young women out there that are abused and young girls. And really, it doesn't just give them a voice; it gives them more confidence that they can share their story and not be afraid.
I'm thrilled to be here because of Janie's fund and because of the authenticity with which Stephen formed this organization and his dedication to it over the years. And I think it's a really important time to talk about domestic violence, about women's rights, about protecting women in all situations. And I think it's really incredible that this came out of a creative endeavor, writing this song that was an anthem for so many of us, and staying committed to it. And I think it's really great that now he's starting an annual event that's a fundraiser, bringing awareness to an important cause, but also a chance to celebrate musicians with musicians. And I'm psyched to be here.
Well, you know, Steve and I go way back. I mean, it's about as far back as you can get. And both of us are involved in a lot of charities. And this one just seemed like, so I have 2 daughters and a couple of grandchildren now. And so, I mean, it's just so right now. You know, I mean, it's been going on forever. But finally, you know, the awareness is finally come into focus. And, you know, if especially rock guys, you know, I mean, I think it's important to both of us. He has 3 daughters, so I have 2. So, you know, it starts hitting home. Well, first of all, it was one of the best songs they ever did. and you know, I think it's great that something could be born out of a song, you know, especially that one. I had one called Only Women Bleed, you know, which could have fit right into this, you know. But you know, like I said, Stephen and I go back as far as you can go, and I support any charities that he hangs out with. Joe plays in my other band, Hollywood Vampires, so that's how close we are, you know.
Yeah, well, first of all, you know, I wanted to come and watch the Grammys, you know, somewhere amazing like this with somebody like Stephen, rock and roll history and legend, and as a young musician, you always want to come and celebrate musicians and watch the Grammys, and I couldn't be there in New York, so I figured this is the perfect place to come, and especially for such a fantastic cause, you know, and fantastic charity like the one we're benefiting here tonight. So.
I love that.
Oh, I think obviously the cause for our girls in trouble is very important, and the fact that Stephen is doing this, I think, is tremendous. So anything I can do to help.
What is it about Station?
Right. Well, for me, it's, you know, to be here and be part of tonight is tremendous, and I'm just happy to help him in any way I can. It's so important to help our girls in trouble.
Well, I've known that Stephen has been so passionate about this for so many years, and he's been wanting to do it, and he wanted to do it right, and I think he's got the right people he's partnered with. And you know what, now more than ever, when anyone's going to give a voice to young girls that have been abused and suffered all kinds of abuse, we need it now, and he is he's got one of the most incredible voices in the world, and how great that he's using it for this. So, and you know, you get to have fun and watch the Grammys, but ultimately it's for a great cause, so it's sort of a win-win. So I'm excited. But yeah, it's really cool, and I met the girls. Some of the girls are here tonight performing, and what I love that he's not, and I'm truly mean this, that he's not the celebrity that like put his name to something. He's been involved from day one. He knows those girls. He told the girls, he gave them his cell phone to say if you're ever in trouble, and he's the real deal, and he's there, and he's going to be there for the long haul, and I couldn't be more proud to you know, be here.
Well, it's probably kind of obvious, you know, when you think about all the great work that Stephen does, this rock and roll icon who gives back so much, but on a very personal level, he's done so much for me and my foundation. It would actually be a crime if I wasn't here to support him. He's done so much donating money to my foundation, showing up time after time, and it's just, it's amazing what he does. I mean, he's a one of a kind.
And how
Yeah, well, I mean, being from Boston, we've always been big fans with Extreme, you know, and they're pretty much gods in our eyes. And we've gotten the pleasure to tour with Aerosmith back in the day with Extreme and still work with Steven recently. And look, how can you not come out for something like this? It's super important for the girls, period, you know. I know it's Hollywood and it's kind of the thing to do, but it's really here for the proper reason. And I'm just thrilled that I get to perform the song with them tonight anyways. So this is the place to be. This is the place to be.
Youth villages, it's definitely saved, it saved me, and I'm going to be talking about that in the speech tonight, you know, how Jamie's Fund and youth villages, like the collaboration, it's helping girls all over the country. So we're trying to stand for that.
Well, for me, it's definitely helped me with my anger and patience and my outlook of the world. I know that everybody is not going to feel the same how I feel, or some people might not have the same aspects of life as I have. But some people might not know that saying excuse me while walking by somebody is the correct way. So I have to understand that. And youth villages made me understand that not everybody has the same common sense. So it really has helped me through life, definitely. It's surreal for me because I come from some small place, Fayetteville, North Carolina, and I'm not really used to meeting celebrities and being on websites and everything. So when I met him, I'm like, wow, youth villages have helped me get here, because if I still was being negative and fighting and doing other stuff, then I wouldn't be where I am, meeting new friends and meeting new people that has helped me. So it's such a big deal.
It's definitely the same thing. To have all these people, really big people that I've seen on TV, to come out and support us, just from what we've been through and everything, and for other girls, it's an honor. I'm so grateful.
What do you both most
I just want to say I wouldn't have any of this. Honest to God. I would have none of this if it wasn't for sobriety, because I was out there. And I'm just so grateful. I couldn't have done this without the generous support of Michael Rapino, Live Nation, our sponsors, Kia, Hilton, and Patron. You know, the way the story goes is 1 in 5 girls are sexually abused before they are 18 years old. But experts confirm that abuse is underreported. Duh. Like a lot of things. I went to a place when I wrote Janie's Got a Gun, and every girl there, I went for codependency, and every girl there was sexually abused, physically abused. And it was outstanding that I thought, every one of them. Some of them were there for that, some of them there were for addiction, but just think of what that brings along with it. That means it's not 1 in 5. I believe it's a lot more than that. And that's why I've taken this chance to come up here and do this, because of Janie's Got a Gun. It brings up so much thoughts and feelings for me. And being involved with youth villages too, that adopted me and allowed me to have a house in Atlanta called Janie's House. You guys. So it's likely many more children are harmed this way, and it's not reflected in these troubling statistics. Simply put, this whole event, miraculously, is wrapped around a song called Janie's Got a Gun. And why did she feel like getting a gun? My why, our why? From here on out, it's to give these girls, young women, some hope and healing, and shelter from a storm they didn't ask for and never deserved. When I started Janie's Fund, I felt like we could just save one girl. It'd all but be worth it. But that's not why we're here tonight. We're not here just to help a few girls beat the odds, but to radically change the odds for all girls. This is not something we should hope for, but something we should demand.
That through music, through art, we can give a voice to the voiceless. We can tell a story that might offer relief to those who feel the same pain. we can provide a safe space for truth. So tonight, I want to say congratulations and thank you to you, Dad, for always creating a safe space for truth, both through music and now through Janie's Fund.
My daughter, Chelsea, as if you couldn't tell.
Ladies and gentlemen, Steven Tyler and the Loving Mary Band.